I'm at Event 2 for Bulletdodge Records at the club in Paisley.
You've played the club previously, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, it was to do with rubber dub records, so back in the early 90s. I mean, I'm quite hazy on that period, but it was quite legendary for the scene in this area. And the club night, you know, and rubber dub sort of, you know, brought a lot to the scene back then. So,
had you heard of the club prior to playing it, or did they
I think no, it was just, I think it was like a word of mouth sort of vibe going on with, you know, this club up here. And I think maybe I'd heard like a little rumour down in London, but no, it's always a pleasure coming up here because the people, you know, they just, you know, they love the music, and you can feel that on the night. You know, it always a special place to play.
How do the crowds up here compare to sort of elsewhere in the world?
Well, they're quite unique up here. They're always very full of energy and enthusiasm. So you always go away with a smile on your face. There's a certain sort of energy up here. You can't describe it. They're just always, you know, everyone's super friendly, but they do know how to party, and they appreciate, you know, what you're giving them. And like I say, it's always happy faces, and everyone's, you know, everyone's always happy at the end of the night. So yeah, good vibes. Yeah, a lot of stuff coming up. Doing an album with James Ruskin under our Fear Ratio band thing that we've got going on. So we've got an album planned to come out on Scam Records, you know, later on in the year. Working with James is, you know, completely different to when I work solo, because when I do my own solo stuff, it's very minimal in, you know, production and, you know, time-wise. But when I work with James, James is a completely different producer to me, and he takes a lot more time and care over sounds and production. So yeah, it does take, you know, longer with the Fear Ratio project, but the end results, you know, are well worth it. This completely different sound to, you know, when I just make my normal techno groove. And I've got a collaboration that I've done with Beck for Beck Audio, which is also coming out later on in the year. Stuff for Edit Select. The remix I did for Bulletdodge, for Danny Rodriguez, Pleasure Machines, and yeah, with that remix, the original was quite, I don't know, it was musical. It had like a really nice sort of melody line, which straight away I thought, oh yeah, that was interesting. So I took, you know, tried to twist that up, but I think I gave it more of a deeper sort of sound to my usual sort of, you know, jacking sort of sound, so it's quite a deeper techno sort of sound. I think it came out, I'm really pleased with it, and I hope Bulletdodge are as well.
Do you enjoy doing remixes?
I do, but sometimes, you know, it can be a bit tiring, because a lot of the time nowadays you end up just giving away a free track pretty much, because as you know, with techno nowadays, you know, there's not many parts in tracks, so it's difficult sometimes to, you know, do a remix without giving, you know, a whole new track back to the person, you know. But now I've come to that point where I want to sort of step back from doing remixes, because I've done quite a lot over the years, and I think it's time just to, you know, focus more on my own stuff, put a bit more effort into my sort of productions. This is perfect. Yeah, I think this is, you know, for me, this sort of size, I think you can really get a good vibe, good atmosphere going. So yeah, the smaller sort of underground dens like this are perfect for me.